Hi folks! For many years, scientists have been searching for exoplanets that might be another home for intelligent life. Although the instruments we currently possess are not yet highly developed, many such planets have already been discovered. Some of them are well known to all astronomy fans, while others are relatively unknown. In this video, we will show some of the planets that have been discovered in a relatively recent period, like this year or last year. Welcome to our channel. This time, of course, we have selected some celestial bodies that may be similar to Earth so you can identify. So, time to get started. Gliese 514b. We open this ranking with planet discovered in 2022. This is a planet that orbits red dwarf star Gliese 514, which is located towards the constellation of Virgo, approximately 25 light-years from Earth. This planet, called Gliese 514b, is a super-Earth with a mass about 5 times that of our planet. The size of this planet is still unknown, but if it were quite large, that would mean that its density would be low enough that gravity on the surface would be bearable. This planet is approximately 0.4 astronomical units from its host star and takes 140 days to complete an orbit. In general, scientists are little skeptical of planets orbiting red dwarf stars. Red dwarfs are very dark, low-mass objects, but are considered temperamental and prone to emit radiation. In the case of red dwarfs, usually the planet orbits very close to the host star and is anchored by tidal locking, and due to this, receives a large radiation load. By the way, Gliese 514 and its planet have some advantages over other celestial bodies of this same type. First, Gliese 514 is classified as a subclass with a spectral type of M0, which means that this is a hotter, more massive red dwarf and is one range from a K-type orange dwarf, and can be called a miniature version of the Sun. Next, Gliese 514 is not that close to the red star. If it were dimmer, the planet would have to be very close to its host star for liquid water to exist on its surface, but for Gliese 514b, this is not a necessary condition, because it is located at a distance from its host star. It is possible that day and night transitions are normal on that planet. The only problem that Gliese 514b has is that it has a very high orbital eccentricity. This type of planet is usually in the habitable zone of its host star, but sometimes it can be very far away from its host star, exposing it to severe but cold temperatures of -100 degrees Celsius in winter. However, even if that is the case, if life here, it is certainly well adapted to it. Planet D of the star Pi Mensae. The star Pi Mensae of the constellation Mensae is a sun-like star, located approximately 60 light-years from Earth. This star can be seen with the naked eye on a clear day, far from cities, and only if the observer has good eyesight. Furthermore, there would be at least 2 planets in this solar system. The first planet is a giant monster with a mass 10 times that of Jupiter, located 3.3 astronomical units away from the main star. The second planet is a super-glowing Earth with 5 times the mass of the Earth, and an orbital period of just over 6 days. But it does not stop there. A third planet was recently discovered in the star Pi Mensae in the constellation Mensae. This planet is a bit heavier, about 13 times the mass of the Earth, and each orbit takes 124 days. This means that the planet is quite close to its host star. But still, this planet seems to have something quite interesting. First, even if it is Neptune-like, it is conceivable that it could have a large natural satellite. Second, the data for this planet has yet to be verified. Perhaps the distance between this planet and its host star is a little further away, and its mass may not be so great. If that is the case, Planet D in the constellation Mensae could be a planet a little hotter than Earth. Lalande 21185d. It is one of the closest stars to the Sun, being just over 8 light-years from Earth. Lalande 21185 is a red dwarf, but like Gliese 514, it is very bright and is a large, massive object for its type. This star has 3 planets. The first planet is very close to its host star, and the second is very far away. But the third planet, the last one discovered, meets our requirements. This planet is called Lalande 21185d, and it has a mass less than 4 times that of the Earth. It is 0.5 astronomical units away from its host star, and has an orbital period of 215 days. In other words, compared to our solar system, it would be about the same position as we see it. Lalande 21185 is a red dwarf. Therefore, the planet probably has a much lower temperature. However, if this planet has an atmosphere that contains greenhouse gases, it could maintain a reasonable temperature, since it is not too far from its host star. HD 24040c. HD 24040 is a star similar to the Sun in mass and luminosity. This star is located 152 light-years from Earth in the direction of the constellation Taurus. In 2006, a large planet with a mass 4 times that of Jupiter was discovered in this star. The planet orbits a distance of 4.5 astronomical units from its host star. For many years, this unremarkable celestial body was the only known planet in the system. In 2021, however, another planet was discovered in this system. This is HD 24040c. This planet actually attracted much more attention. First, because this planet orbits a distance of 1.3 astronomical units from its host star. That is, if we translate it to the solar system, it is located between Earth and Mars, and more to the Earth side. It is also thought to have a mass equal to or less than that of Neptune. If the mass of the planet is being overestimated, and in fact is closer to the mass of the Earth than the mass of Neptune, then it could be very similar to the Earth. Exaggerating a bit, it could be an ocean planet like the Star Wars planet Kamino. If it is confirmed that HD 24040c is a giant ice planet or a giant gas planet, it could also have habitable satellites. HD 15668c. HD 15668 is a star with spectral type K, located 80 light-years from Earth in the direction of Hercules. These miniature versions of the Sun are much brighter, heavier, and hotter than red dwarfs. But not as bright as the G-type stars, like the Sun. As we have already commented in this video, many scientists believe that this same K-type star is the ideal spectral type for a habitable planet. The reason for this is that K-type stars, besides being quiet and stable, have a very long lifetime of tens of billions of years. Only one planet had been identified in HD 15668. The planet was a super-hot Earth that circles its host star in just over a day. However, in 2021, another planet was identified in that star. This is HD 15668c. This planet is 1.5 astronomical units from its host star and has an estimated orbital period of 811 days. If we were to assume that this planet is in our solar system, it would most likely be within the habitable zone. However, the star HD 15668 is a bit dimmer than the Sun, so the planet would only be on the edge of the habitable zone. But the other parameters are very similar to Earth's. If the planet has a dense enough atmosphere, that could prevent freezing. And we have reached the end of our video. Thank you for watching. As you can see, finding a planet that looks exactly like Earth is still a challenge. To begin with, most planets that scientists discover are either giant, Jupiter-like planets, planets located very close to their main star, planets orbiting a dark red dwarf star, or all of the above. However, there are at least a few planets that we can hope for. Maybe, just maybe, one day we will find intelligent life on one of the celestial bodies presented in this video. In the meantime, please subscribe to our channel and leave your like here, and don't forget to share this video in your social networks. We have 2 more videos to show you. A big hug and see you again here on the channel in the next video. See you there!